will go where wonder lies. Its specialist crew, a beacon of light, will work to unravel secrets entwined. Lore with her care and lust for life, turning the cogs in her curious mind. Scales that tell stories of times long past. Deep in the echo, her interest is cast. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep, an ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Sail on a siren with feathers adorned, seeks to maintain her graceful form. A voice that weaves tales across the sky, relaying the dreams that never die. Rennick the brain with numbers and might, 4 arms, 4 eyes in the cosmic night. Stoic and with numerical grace, in Lockstitch's crew he has found his place. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep, an ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Pollux and Castor, the skillful pair, always the team with starry hair, with a bond so strong in the vast expanse, unveiling the secrets in cosmic dance. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep, an ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep, an age-old mystery, and Lockstitch holds the key.
Sorry, we were talking about Dragon's Dogma 2 and how we're excited, and there's just not enough ear selection. Alright, everybody, welcome to episode 27 of the Starborne Melody. So, today is taking place very closely after yesterday's game. A lot of you are still in the Silver Thimble. The crew from yesterday's game has sent back their message. I think they can still be at Loker, like celebrating the feast, or they can be further off. No, wait, they're not at Loker. No, they might be. Anyway. So today's game, we are going to the edge of the map. Due to everything that has happened in the Celestial Sea recently, all of the shaking as we turn on the songs and turn these devices, and this thing starting to move strangely, like suddenly there became a signal, like communications picked up a signal from the Celestial Sea. It is Arel. Oh, let's get to. I'll introduce the players and then we'll get to this setup because I want to get right into it. All right, so we have Eris playing Arel.
Hello.
We've got Kevin playing Clovis.
Yo.
We got Amanda playing Iskra.
Hello.
And we got Carrie playing Rosie.
Hello.
This is another one of those times where I got us on the wrong map, guys. I was just talking about that. Alright, so as we can see on the map, we've been to most of these places already. There's a signal coming from up here, Arel, let's cut back to when the silver thimble, we're in Peanut's office, or yeah, we're gonna be in Peanut's office as he is picking up this ridiculous signal. Well, it's a very powerful signal, but what kind of magic is it? Like, you're from this world. What kind of magic are we dealing with?
When I take a look at the magic, I do notice that it seems to be culminating in various different energies. It seems that people are trying to bring different forms of magic together, and it's starting to settle together, but it's the one wrong bit of magic put into that would cause it to ignite, essentially.
Okay, we're on a time limit because it's about to, like... Alright, love that. Right, let me... Okay, guys. Alright, so... Arel, you have, like, already set that up. Peanut has already known that, and he calls for you other four to, like... What were you in the middle of doing in the silver thimble? All three of you. And yeah, Arel, you're already in there with Peanut, like crunching the numbers, like looking at the magic. I definitely think it's mostly like frequency because that's the kind of magic that we know is from the Celestial Sea. And I really like the idea of Arel and Peanut with their heads like right next to each other, like going over like documents. And like Peanuts is Arel, can you roll me a 20-sider?
Oh, yep, let me just actually roll again, isn't it? Double check 2 seconds. Yep, got 3D dice. I think. Sorry about this.
No, you're fine. You're perfect.
And my looks, it's not bad again.
9. All right, tough choice. All right, do you want to Oh yeah, enable 3D dice if you guys haven't. I see Arel definitely did. I did. I just forgot to mention it myself. All right, so you guys have you three are showing up to this place. Arel, Peanut's just like, yes, this used to be a trading location for it. I mean, for Bone Meal, the Celestial Sea, and Side 11 that we have not seen. And every time we try to talk about it, it just kind of sounds like static because I don't know what it's like. Um, there was a trading thing there, and according to Peanut, it got buried hundreds of years ago by the sand, and like it was lost completely. And there have been treasure hunters out there ever since looking for this, but now we have a signal that pinpoints it. This was a trading, not a trading post, but like a stop where people would stop at on the merchandise on merchants paths and then continue on. But this was the home of a very storied scholar.
You mentioned this was buried a few hundred years ago, correct, Peanuts?
Yep, hundreds of years ago. Yeah.
Well, communication magic would not have been that, wouldn't have been as popular then. So it seems that it has it to guess that someone might have uncovered the area and is potentially either stuck on there or revealing where they found it. We'd have to go closer to confirm.
And Peanut's just like, I'm glad you suggest that. As Clovis, Rosie, and Iskra walk in, what were you three doing before Peanut like emergency called you in here?
Lounging about.
Just relaxing.
Yeah, I mean, Iskra and Tarkus have been spending all of their free time together, so...
I was definitely stuffing my face with cheese and crackers.
Oh man, just for on yesterday's mission, Katori sent them out with snacks, and she sent them out with a bunch of cheese crackers and like muffins and stuff.
Oh, that's the best. Katori knows how to do it, man.
It's just like a good portion of yesterday's game was taken over by muffin talk.
Love me some muffins.
So you three get in there, and Peanut's just like, we've got a very time-sensitive mission going to the edge of the map. Like, I know this might not fit into all of your wheelhouses, but you're the only 4 that I have on hand that I know don't have restrictions of travel. The space team is pretty preoccupied right now. And we just cut to like the space team as Pollux and Castor are hanging out with showing 2 cat people around the silver thimble. And Rennick is studying with also 2 cat people. Too many cat people in this game. Like Ceylon's singing and Haven. And I think Laura's been studying a lot of maps. But Peanut's just like, alright. I can't send the sub with you all right now. And we have quite a distance to make it. This map is a little fuzzy, so I apologize for it. Because I didn't download it correctly, I guess. So I'm going to show you this, how far you have to travel, and you guys tell me how you're making the trip. Because you are not restricted by the need of towers. So if we're right here, we have to get right here. But this connects to this. Like this bottom is this top.
Okay, so there's a missing piece there.
Could you ping that again for me, please?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are here. We are trying to get here. Nika's gonna currently make me a new one. These 2 are the same thing. Like this is the bottom of this.
Okay.
I mean, can't we just use the airship?
You can't use the airship because we don't know how to fly the airship over the Celestial Sea. And I also don't think any of you are qualified pilots.
No,
Doesn't mean we
I
can't
doubt that.
fly.
I
I
mean,
do.
I can rocket power my skates over there, but I cannot fly a ship. I'm sorry.
Do any of you have spatial magic?
Negative.
We all got boots. We just walk there.
Judging the distance and the frequency, that would be viable since it just.
Then we run there.
Fucking running would be hilarious. Real quick, just to help everybody out, you guys do have access to vehicles. There are we have ferries, which that would take forever to get there. To like, unless you guys are going down the waterfall path. The jet boat is currently being used by Soki, so sadly that one's out. But you guys do have cars. And you could literally drive them through the desert. We've seen them drive through the desert before.
When you mention fairies, are they magically inclined?
Oh no, it's literally just a boat where you put your cars on. That kind of ferry.
Oh, ferry,
I
not
would
fairy.
Just about.
I would like the most Mad Max dune buggy you got. And I want to drive that sucker over the desert to the Celestial Sea. Would anybody else like to join me on a dune buggy voyage
Yeah, I'll ride passenger.
where we can be witness?
Can I fit?
Absolutely. Shit. We're gonna have to design this dune. All right. So Rosie, have you been working on a dune buggy behind the scenes? Is that what we're talking about here?
You know, Avant-Garde and I could possibly have been behind the scenes working on a secret dune buggy for Tomb Squad, but also for consumer use as well.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get Kat involved in this for the record because Kat owns a motorcycle shop, and I really feel like dune buggies and motorcycles aren't too far away from each other.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure a dune buggy is just 2 dirt bikes taped together. It's what I'm pretty convinced a dune buggy is.
It can be.
All right, hold on. You know what's wild? I might have a token for this. God, I'm so good at this game. All right. So here we are out in the desert. No, wait. This one first. So we got a dune buggy, a different dune buggy, a different dune buggy, a different dune buggy.
That's pretty
Not
sweet.
like that
though.
one. That one's huge.
Is that a Hot Wheels?
Yeah. He's got a monster truck.
That's
Don't
right.
worry. Just in case we need Blueberries here, Blueberries has his own monster truck.
Oh, perfect.
You like a little bit more Fast and the Furious style? Don't worry, I got that too.
Oh, look at that.
It's actually just the Mad Max car.
I love it.
Just everybody with dune buggies. Carrie, sorry, Rosie, can you roll me a d20? And yeah, is Cat in the chat? I don't think they are right now. If they were, I'd get another d20 out of it. Oh, but a 16 is perfectly fine. Yeah, they're not great. Like they're not amazing, but they're gonna get you there. Do you mind having Rosie and Tomb Squad being part of getting help from Dendroid, like throwing in with the squirrels. Dendroid is a place of like not cybernetic squirrels, but like scrapyard squirrels.
I'm down for scrapyard squirrels.
All right. So they will have helped you build this. It's a very the game all those tokens are from is from a very Fast and the Furious-esque game that we played.
Yeah.
So they kept saying family a whole bunch.
La Familia.
Yeah, the leader is called Dami, just in case you're wondering.
All right.
Because we make mistakes sometimes. All right, so this map is much cleaner. So we're here. We are going here. But we are going this way. We're going through Bone Meal on dune buggies. Everybody, you should be able to move your characters. Please move yourself to whichever dune buggy you like the best.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we could have the same dune buggies, just multiple colors.
I'm Gucci.
All right, hold on. Now I'm making sure everybody has their own dune buggy access. Hey, Arel, remember when you said that you don't like centipedes and stuff earlier a second ago when I asked you if you feared spiders? You guys are driving through centipede territory, for the record. Like, there's really no other way if you're going through. I think you guys should all be able to move your dune buggies now.
Hell yeah.
Good. No, I wasn't prepared for dune buggy mischief, but I'm always prepared.
Rosie's already in space.
No shit. Oh. Alright. So, Clovis, are you leading this pack through the desert? Do you have a... Oop, man. Do you know how to get there?
I guess I could just read a map.
Absolutely. Like, do we have just really good maps? That's fine if we do.
I mean, I have a thing.
What's the thing?
The Pimp's necklace. I can use the Starlit Destiny to illuminate the wearer's path, revealing best course of action or route.
Oh yeah, for sure. What is the best course of action for you qualify? Like, what qualifies it? The least fighting, fastest, the least seen one. What are we looking for?
I feel like this group would end up taking the path that hasn't been seen.
Okay, so we're staying out of like the folks of, yeah, especially if we're trying to make it to treasure first, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Here's bone meal again, everybody. So this group is going to be all right, Iskra, do you see the little paintbrush symbol on your left over there? It says draw.
Okay.
Draw me the safest path. Or the least
okay.
seen path.
Okay, and where are we trying to go? To the
We are coming
bottom
out
edge?
here. Yep,
Okay.
we're here, and we're probably trying to get out down here next to this creature right here.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna
Oh shit, we
do
get to see that creature.
one of these. And go around like this. And then we go behind the creature on the edge. There we go.
Okay, so we got to go up and around to avoid. All right. I absolutely love it. All right, so there's the map. Clovis, can you give me 2d20 to trailblaze for us?
Sure.
Wish all of the cards were looking the same way. Here, let me try to fix that.
Nice.
Oof. Failure then a tough choice. All the cards face the right way, people. There we go. Okay. As we are like driving down the path that Iskra has laid out, it's just like basically a lighting up path for you guys. Like, it's not everybody sees it. It's just you four. As long as you're part of the party with Iskra, you guys can see her path, or she's illuminating the path. And as you guys are driving through, you see multiple slightly upsetting things. You see the corpses of some humanoid isopod people that look like they've been out here for a long time. Like, they look like they've been dead for quite a while. They are laying on the ground in just like different degrees of some of just like straight up mummification. And you see like a pile of that of them. Some of them have like gunshots right through the head, but they are not bleeding. Arel, it reeks of necromancy over here, but it's up to you if you want to stop and investigate it. Like, you guys can just keep on plowing through.
Not to alarm anyone else, but it does smell quite bad for necromancy. Whilst it is free loot off potentially the dead, but might not be worth seeing.
Would Iskra be able to smell it too?
Probably. The smell is probably a strong word, but reeks is, yeah. If you detect magic via smell, perfectly, like, absolutely. This is bad spirit magic. These are all like zombies that came to life a while ago. They do seem to be dead again.
Well, just
but
because Iskra there's Iskra can necromancy as well.
oh yeah, I mean, absolutely, you can feel it for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to like be smelling it. It's the only correction I wanted to make right there.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys see just a pile of zombies. I think, yeah, I believe they've probably been burnt as well. Not that they really take to fire very well. I think it's just going to be like a pile of corpses. But if you want to study the magic, you're more than welcome to. Or like you guys can like keep on driving. Though here's the tough choice. Clovis, you see a wagon, like a whole wagon train of people heading to the south. Roughly the direction that you're going, but not on the same path that you're going. If you stop here to investigate these bodies, they will have the lead on you temporarily. I'm not saying you guys can't get it back, but they will be closer to the treasure than you are.
Do you guys want to stop here? I'm not very magical, so I don't care very much, but I don't know about you guys.
Maybe make a note of something to deal with later.
Yeah, like I don't care either way. Whatever you
I
guys
mean-
want to do.
It's just all we need to really take from this is that there's a necromancer in the local area for future endeavors.
Then we shall carry on.
So let us keep moving. And yeah, like tough choice made. I think the screen would show like a pair of footprints wandering away from these corpses, heading further north. If this was a show, the camera would zoom in and you would see Dr. Caspian. Caspian is Caspian being a weird little isopod dude. Weird strong. Weird's a rude word to put on him, but he is kind of like what if a grub was humanoid? But also we have learned that he has been experimenting forcing spirits into into objects. Like he's been putting spirits into bodies. Like that they don't belong in technically is the fact of it. But yeah, you guys are just blowing right by. Okay. So after quite a travel, you guys get to where the map is showing you, and we are in the Celestial Sea now. So as soon as you cross into it, the sky turns into just a beautiful night sky, not a single cloud, no wind to speak of. As you approach the stone tower in the middle of the desert that is giving off mixed magical signals. It's just like the magic's all over the place. It feels like Arel mentioned, it feels like ancient magic. It feels familiar to all of you in different ways. Rosie, someone in here has been like working and growing mushrooms and working with the weird technology that is very similar to avant-garde, but just like hundreds of years ago. And Iskra, something in here has been playing with spirit magic heavily. Like and definitely like there's a vibe of just like unease in there. And Clovis, you don't feel the magic because that's not like what you are. But you smell it. Like absolutely smell corruption. Like magic corrupted in here somewhere. Like recently unearthed. Like there's not a breeze, so you didn't smell it until you got like right up on it. But now that you're like next to the tower, it reeks. And that this time actually smells bad of like corruption, the oily feeling. And yeah, so we are all outside this tower. This is where Arel's map has led us. This is where Iskra's like leading has led us. And you guys are at the edge of the map. For you, it feels like nothing. You guys are all perfectly solid being here. If any of the other Wander crew was standing where you're not Wander crew, Lockstitch was standing where you're standing, and they were from like Liminal, they would be getting really weird. They'd be draining AP just by standing here. But apparently, you guys have been told there is some kind of like treasure in here. Do you guys want to search around? How do we investigate?
Let's just go inside and see what's up.
Step on it.
Yeah,
Just-
can I use Death Sense to see if there's any spirits hanging around?
That's smart. Thank you for that.
Kept pushing the wrong button for push to talk. Yeah, you can absolutely use Death Sense. Go ahead and roll me a 20-sider. All right, tough choice. So there. I don't. You know, I honestly do not think anybody like anything around here has existed. There is a massive amount of like spirit energy, like living spirits in the area, but no death. Not for hundreds of years has anything like unnaturally died in this location. There's definitely like, you know, your normal dead things, but no people have died. And there's no like haunting tied to this place.
Yeah.
So real quick, we can step inside. So we step into like the foyer of it, and you guys all hear like really gross skittering as you see just a bunch of sand lice everywhere, like digging in and digging through the sand. And every once in a while, you'll see one like pull out some hunk of metal and just start like crunching down on it, and then go back to it. Like they are eating metal at a ridiculous speed.
Thanks. I hate it. That's terrifying.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
Well,
forgot to ask if anybody hated lice.
well, yeah.
Not the biggest fan.
You see them all look up at all of you guys' hair.
What kind of metal are they eating?
Whew. Yeah, okay. Rosie, roll
Can
me
I
a
reach?
20-sider.
Yeah, can I reach down there and take a gander? Let me see.
14, yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna see multiple kinds of metal. You see some strange shaped like bars of brass, a little bit of like normal irons and such.
The classics.
Your classics. You definitely see one of them is eating a microscope made of copper.
A microscope?
Yep, like a really old timey microscope. Like,
Interesting.
what if Leonardo da Vinci invented the microscope situation?
Can I collect a couple little vials of soil samples and stow them in my rucksack for all my little friends and crewmates back home?
Oh, for
I
sure.
figured somebody might want to research this stuff.
Yeah, the
Might come
sand,
in
like,
handy.
and then with a 14, you do notice one of them is eating a darker substance and just like consuming it quite quickly. That I don't know how we can tell. Like, it is null metal. Like one of these lice is eating a piece of null metal, which is anti-magic stuff. But
Where
like
the
it,
F did that come from?
It is covered in sand. It looks like it had came out of one of these boxes that has recently been broken open.
How?
This whole place smells stale, especially because the air does there is no breeze.
Hmm.
So this
Dazzling.
place smells like it's been closed for 100 years.
Mhm.
How big are these creatures?
I would say they are roughly alligator sized, Iskra.
What?
It's pretty small.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Like a juvenile? Like a 6-footer or like a 3-footer?
I'm thinking like a 6-footer situation.
Holy crap.
That's a little
So
bit bigger.
these things are way bigger than Rosie, man.
Okay.
I'm feeling a little intimidated, guys. No joke. I know
Okay.
lies.
I would like to befriend one and convince it to get into the dune buggy to come back with us so that we can feed it null metal and
Just one?
well, I mean, one's all we need. The one eating the null metal obviously likes it.
Right. We got
I
to
feel
see
like it
what
needs
it
if we're
does anything to
studying
'em.
null metal, let's take the creature that wants to eat it.
But what if they're
Yeah, for sure.
what if they're sociable?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to befriend it.
Yeah, but
These are
They can hang. They can hang. I
Oh, I see
mean,
what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like it needs to travel with a buddy, like an alpaca.
yeah, what if
I
they're
mean, these creatures
I
are
mean,
most likely
we
really
have
light
4
because
dune
of the
buggies.
exoskeleton.
all I'm saying is it's kind of cruel to just take him away from his pals.
Well, I mean, if it needs a travel buddy, let's find out if it needs a travel buddy.
It's like, okay, what metal does anybody have on? They're still sifting through the sand, but then they look up at you guys.
Can I
And,
strike something and turn it to gold?
Sure, what do you want to turn to gold?
What's around?
We got some boxes, some and some spider webs on the walls. You got a little bed over. No, those are bags of ancient petrified fruit.
I'll turn the spider webs into gold. We'll
Oh,
golden
like
cotton
candy floss it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Give me a 20-sider. Sure. I don't know how this is gonna go. You know what? I don't think that means that they don't like it. I think that means they like it a lot. They love this gold web.
Okay.
Oh, but they're getting okay. No, this is great. You turn the web into gold, and they all just start going for it.
Well, hold on. What did I roll on your screen? Because on mine it's a 19.
Oh, listen, God damn it! I'm sorry. My bad. Everybody, the thing's messing up again. I saw a 4.
Yeah.
I see a 4
Yeah,
too, but it does say 19.
Yep. Okay. No, we're good. That's a 19. We're gonna keep it. God damn it, roll 20. This is the shit we was talking about before. But no, they love this gold. They come up to it and it's mowing it down so fast. And they just start following you guys around.
Yes. Excellent. We're going to turn more of the cobwebs to gold, lure them out to the dune buggies, and keep them happy with gold candy floss so that they can come back to the silver thimble with us.
We're gonna come back to no dune buggies.
There is a very good chance that they will eat your dune buggies.
Okay. Well, okay. So what do we do, guys? How do we get them back there?
we have to take them back.
You're eating null metal. I feel like it's important. I mean, if nobody agrees, that's fine.
I mean, I don't know. I guess you could strap them to the roof rack and pray for the best.
I mean, if you guys have
I'm
enough
too
to feed
small
them.
to handle me some lice, so
Just gotta get some
These are like-
mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise?
I mean,
Yeah, if you
okay.
have lice.
Oh,
cover your
I
hair in
get
mayonnaise.
it. I get it.
I mean, the only part of them I'm really interested in is their stomach, since, well, their stomach acid be enough to destroy no metal.
Arel just pulls out a scalpel.
No, I don't want to hurt them.
I mean, gold's a really good conduit too for spells. Once they start eating on that, we could just cast one spell into the gold. Relatively painless.
It's very true. Very true.
Like they are like, as long as Iskra's turning things into gold for them, they are like going after it. Like right now, we can leave them in this room for now. And you know what? You can lock the door, and we can keep them in here as you explore the rest of the place. We can give them a bunch of the
Stay.
Yeah, right. We can give them a bunch of the gold.
Could I
And, like-
do a check on the fruit by chance?
On the what?
On the fruit?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead. So without a roll, you can see the fact that it is ancient stuff. Like it was obviously dried out forever ago. Things that look very similar to apples or pears, but super dried out but have not fully turned to just dust. Like these are hundreds of years old. And they look shriveled, but not as shriveled as you would expect.
Could I try and pry one open to see if they have any seeds in there?
Oh, for sure. I don't even think you need a roll for that so much as like, yeah, there are ancient seeds in here. I think one of them, if you are willing to give up 1 AP because you feel it happening, like one of them is immediately trying to take some of your AP and start growing right here, right now.
Okay. I'll let it take one of my AP for that.
And Arel and Iskra immediately, Arel, you're doing it. Iskra, you feel your forest being cast here.
What do you mean cast here?
Remember how the Arboreal Wilds, like the Tatzelworm's Forest, is just one big spell?
Sure.
This is another part of that spell. Arel's casting that spell in the corner.
So like this is like a cousin of the forest, or like
That
it is
fruit,
the forest.
That
Oh, that
fruit
fruit.
is part of the forest. Like the little tree that's growing out there is the same as the Tatzelworm tree.
I was going to see potentially, if we were to tin one of the fruits to gold, if the seeds would still be intact.
Oh, which like you want Iskra to turn it into gold and then see if the seed
As
still
it's-
works?
I was gonna say if Iskra could turn the growing plant into gold, and if it would still grow.
Will it hurt my forest?
No, I don't think we're gonna hurt your forest here. Anything?
Okay.
I don't think a lot of things that you could do here will hurt your forest.
Okay. Well then yes, I will go ahead and turn it to gold. I mean, if that's how my lightning is working.
It seems to be thus
Okay.
far. So
Okay.
go ahead and roll me a 20-sider for that one, though. 13's real fun. Yeah, you see the little tree sproutling, like coming out of the fruit. Like, oh well, I pictured when you cracked it open, you did that trick where people like pull an apple in half. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And then like the bisected apple is like growing straight out of the top. Out of the top of it, and it's growing pretty quickly. Like by a couple seconds in, it is roughly the size of like a tree branch, and it is immediately starting to leaf and flower. And then Iskra, you come over to like give it some of your AP and like feed it into with the gold lightning. Is that the plan?
Yes.
So yeah, you guys see it like, and it loses that magical quality that it had that matched your forest. It's not gone, but it is like you are building a new forest all of a sudden. Well, this is beginning to get heavy. It feels like a log in your hand as it is growing, and roots are starting to come out the bottom of it, and not painfully, but eagerly looking for a purchase. And your hand's right there if you don't move your hand out of the way.
I have potentially something that would be a stupid idea, but I really want to do it.
All right, what's your plan?
I have that staff that is I have that staff that is within my hand, which is a plant, and I kind of want to just put, plant the plant and see what happens.
Yeah, roll me a 20-sider. Okay. So the I don't even know why I asked you to roll a 20-sider. The 13 would have carried just fine. But so it wraps around your staff and completely all the way to the ground. It looks like a network of roots that have pulled themselves around it and are starting to drink of your staff and are being powered by your magic. You can now like use this as a focus.
Interesting.
While you use this staff, I think, do you have no, I'm checking you guys' abilities real quick in one quick second. Arel, you have the access to, well, only using this staff, mind you, you can use shock.
Interesting.
Ooh.
And it's shock the same way that Iskra uses shock.
Oh, if I can turn things to gold.
You'd be firing out a gold lightning bolt from this staff.
Interesting.
Hey, Rosie and Clovis, what are you two up to while this experiment's going on?
We're here for treasure, right?
We are here for treasure.
Were we told what kind of treasure?
This used to be an old waypoint for merchants and other tradesmen, but a eccentric scientist took over the facility years and years ago, and apparently has a secret lab in here somewhere. And all of his like information was lost hundreds of years ago.
Interesting.
Look for some hidden room, some
Yeah.
contraption to open a secret door.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like looking along the walls for like any kind of thing that just does not look quite right. Any kind of like button or
tilting boat?
lever or anything. Exactly. Anything to just like a box. Anything that just doesn't seem quite right.
Yeah. So even without rolls, like you two like looking around, Rosie opens up a box, and the floor and the bottom of that box is covered with, eaten up oh, not even eaten up because there's almost no atmosphere out here. So there's like no normal bugs. Now we know there's a bunch of sea light and there's a bunch of lice out here that are desert lice that are eating gold. So that's a interesting thing. And all of them are staring at that staff of Arel's like really hard, just so you guys know. Arel has the tastiest thing that the sea lice want.
Well, guess what? They can't have it. I will fight them for you, RL. I will fight them so that you can keep that staff. Unless you really want to give it to them. It might be like the biggest, most bestest doink they've ever smoked in their entire lives or eaten. So, like, you never know.
The staff I can de-summon the staff back into my armor at any time, I believe. They can still do that?
That you can do what now?
I know the staff usually lets me like retract it into my arm. I'm not sure if I can still do that.
If you do that, you get a really sick ass golden filigree tattoo.
Interesting. So would it not be possible for me to just constantly I'll just dangle the staff on the back of one of the dune buggies and they follow behind us.
Oh, we'll carry it on a stick in
Yes.
this one. Okay, absolutely.
Yes, it's like the
Excellent
carrot.
idea.
Rosie, at the bottom of that box, you see a false bottom. And upon moving that, you just see a stairway like down and further into a very elaborate tower. Like, and the further you guys get into it, it becomes sorry, I'll just show us. Here we go. It's like in this room, you see we've seen things like this before. We are calling them resonators. They are all around the celestial sea. They spread the song further. Like they help everybody's like they help the celestial sea harmonize as one thing.
Does that one need to be repaired?
It's not. So every other time we see one of these, it's on a track. If that makes sense. This is not on a track. If you guys want to do some study rolls, we can for sure.
I would like to be able to take a look at it to see what its composition is, since we can see inside of it.
Oh yeah, it is definitely some kind of. Actually, it's a bunch of kinds of metals. It suddenly makes sense why there was so many different kind of metals upstairs in those boxes. But go ahead and yeah, science buff +1 for all of our science rolls. Everybody, give me a 20-sider, because everybody's gonna be studying it in like a different way. Okay. Iskra rolled a 10, but it was actually an 11. Arel rolled a 11. That's a 12. All right, full successes for everybody. That 13 looked like a fucking 1 for a good long time, though. All right, so you, Clovis, in here, you see a There's nothing really interesting for Clovis in here. Nothing magical. None of this looks like treasure. It's all just sciencey stuff. And like, I'm not saying that that's not cool stuff. It's just not what you would in here looking for. Like, we're in here looking for treasure or something. So Clovis, you see a connected room, like a connecting office. It has a light switch on. No, it doesn't. Ignore this one, please. Like, none of the stream can see it, but there's a light over there, and it's like, I always hate it when you come into a place and the light's on. But Clovis, you see row after row of books on the side, and it's just like one of the books is The Fall of Tirloa and Spread of the Corruption by Ezekiel.
I'm gonna take the book, and then I'm gonna tilt the rest of them to see if they're hidden levers.
Oh, one of them has to be a hidden lever, right? I don't make the rules. Hold on. Do I have a map ready to go? Yeah, you know what I do. Here, let's just do this. All right. This is part of this game when we play it fast and loose like this. Yeah, there is a lever that just opens a pathway down into the ground, and when that one opens, you feel the first gust of air that you felt since coming to this side. You hear the sound of like a creek under you, like in the darkness down there, and you sense that corruption a lot stronger below you.
I'm just gonna go straight down.
No, nice, solid. On your way, like this is what you're gonna see once you're down there. But let's get to other people. It's like you see a root system like underneath this building, a ridiculously elaborate, somewhat mechanical root system, and you see some of the roots slash pipes have been corroded through and are leaking a black viscous fluid that you are familiar with as the corruption of that is Intir Loa.
So these are pipes. Like,
They're somewhere between roots and pipes.
are they similar to the ruins? Jilla?
Yes, definitely. One is most certainly based on the other.
How big is this cave?
Big. It's real big. Like, you could have a web ball game down here.
Any other interesting things from where I'm standing? Can I see?
Huh. That the cave goes far to the north, like way up into Bone Meal. Like you could probably you could follow this cave all the way back to Plumbob. Plumbob is in the middle of Bone Meal. I'll show you guys real quick. This is Plumbob, and you are down here. Like, but you could follow the cave and just get there.
Okay, I'm gonna go back upstairs and read the book.
All right, so let's get. Like, Clovis is over here doing a heckin' read. Iskra and Rosie, what are you two studying? And we know that's successful, so we know Iskra's is barely successful, but who cares? A win's a win. We take those.
I'm studying. I'm actually like looking around the room to see if I can't see any like organic matter,
Absolutely.
like plants or anything really.
You see a shelf full of vials and full of jars. Where it's definitely, and I hate it because I always do hate it, but it's like jars full of liquid with things floating inside of them.
Ooh, I got some wet specimens, guys. Look at this.
It's like it's ancient. It's just like I bet those really fermented. Don't drink those.
I want to study the resonator.
Absolutely. So you go over there with Arel, and you two are studying that thing real quick. All right. So Rosie, what are we seeing in these jars? What kind of creatures are in here?
Oh, I
And these
see
jars
like
are like
little.
completely covered in spider webs. By the way, you have to like really just move those to the side.
Yeah, so I'm like rubbing these jars with my little fuzzy fingers and getting the dusties off of them, and I see some sort of random, like, little seahorse looking dude. Obviously not alive, but preserved in this little vial. And then I look over to the left and I see some sort of like weird fungus. Looks to be some sort of weird mushroom. And then maybe some sort of plant matter in this other little guy that I see over here. But, without proper testing, I am unsure.
Yeah, that last little guy that you were looking at with like some kind of plant matter, it's somewhere
Yeah.
between like an acorn seed the size of your fist, but also kind of
Oh,
has like a metallic quality to it. Like it's floating in the
oh.
middle of this water, like of this
An,
liquid.
an acorn-shaped object made of metal the size of my fist.
Exactly that.
Sounds interesting. I'd like to study this more.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if Arel has made it back. But Iskra, as you like are searching this resonator, it you rolled an 11. So you know a couple of things about this. First thing that like screams out to you is it's much smaller than other resonators that you guys have seen. Like the other ones you've seen are huge in comparison to this one. Like also inside this how are you checking on it? Yeah, you tell me that part first before I tell you things.
I mean, I want to be able to touch it and spin it and like figure out. You said it's not on a track, so is it functioning? How is it functioning? Is it part of the system? Was it being used for something else?
Because of you two's both on your successes, UNRL successes, you can tell that this appears to be a mock-up of one instead of a real one. It's not on the track. It does appear to be made after the other ones. Like is there and there are but it's just covered in notes. None of you are Beeromancers right here though, which is kind of a shame. It is covered with some strange text. But there are Arel and Iskra, you do both see notes like written on some paper, and this hundreds of years ago. But again, no wind. You don't really have to worry too much about erosion, but it's incredibly fragile to pick up and read.
Like music notes or like some like
Notes.
research
I think
notes?
research notes. I definitely think some of it is music notes related, if only for if only for the idea that this is a musical instrument situation. But and like as you're like checking those notes, you start to just hear little like the best word I can use for it is like a tinkling. Almost like somebody's playing a very tiny piano.
Any idea where that's coming from, Iskra?
Oh, it's coming from inside this orb, by the way.
Inside the orb? Oh no.
Like if you guys ever I said this before, but have you guys ever played with those like hand things, the two balls that you put in your hand and you spin them around really fast?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
the what were they? Like the rolling balls. They were supposed to be like some kind of like relaxation thing, like
right,
to
that's what they
meditate or
always said,
something.
but it wasn't relaxing for me.
No, it was stressful.
Right, I couldn't get them to go. But like you hear those, like basically that noise, hundreds of little like tingling noises.
Like little tiny bells.
Then a tiny little spider comes out, like right out of it.
It's just a little guy. Can I talk to the spider?
It's not what you might call a sentient spider, and then you see a lot of them.
Okay, are they a threat?
They are swarming. Maybe not like they are like you see their little like butts start to shake and like there is definitely some form of like magical attack gearing up to being done. It looks like they're about to just shoot a bunch of like web at you. I hate to tell you guys this, but you're the first food these hundreds of little baby spiders have seen in a while.
Can I cast Relieve so that they don't do that?
Does relieve cure hunger?
It says pain and discomfort.
I
Anxiety, pain, and discomfort.
I don't think that one's gonna quite do it. Like, we can definitely try. Like, just so you know, and like, it's gonna take a natural 20 for relieve to like convince them that they're not hungry.
Well, I mean, I guess better question is, what do they want to consume?
Us, I think.
You.
Well, like flesh, or like do they feed
that-
off of, like, do they want metal like the lice?
Oh no. Who would know these creatures? I don't know if they do not come. They come from the Celestial Sea, and none of you are from the Celestial Sea.
I have a
They are-
weird card question.
Yeah, go ahead.
The fireball card, does it do damage to multiple targets, or is it just single target?
Oh, it'll do damage to everything. Like, it'll hit a whole room. You can wipe these guys right out with the fireball if you wanted to.
Iskra? You want me to
Well,
kill them?
I mean, I also could fireball at them, but I'm trying not to hurt these things. We've run into so many creatures. It's fine. I mean, if they want to eat us,
I just started shooting. Pop, 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 pop. No, I'm kidding.
Rosie on the other side.
I
is
just
like,
got it
fucking
blasted.
spiders!
Pop, 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 pop. I'm not about that spood life, but I'll respect the spoods because I respect all creatures.
okay, fine. I'm gonna yell over to Rosie to throw me a jar. We're gonna put a spider in it, and then we'll burn the spiders.
All right. Toss in
We'll
a
keep one
jar.
alive.
Okay, Rosie, all the jars are full.
So Rosie takes one for the team and opens up the jar that has the acorn butt plug in it and takes that out and gives her that jar to preserve the spider in. Looks like I'm taking this one home, guys. Sorry.
Rosie, once in your hand, the acorn, it is heavy. It feels pretty solid to you. You don't feel any like seams or anything on it. It looks like a very well built metal acorn, but it is ticking like a pocket watch.
Oh, it vibrates?
Yeah, and definitely like not on the same. There is a clock in the world that follows its time thing, but it is not a normal clock. It is ticking, but not with like anything that you would consider normal seconds or minutes or hours, but it is ticking.
Interesting. Is it a heartbeat?
You know, it could be basically a heartbeat situation. I don't know who's putting acorns in your butts. I just need you guys to be like, I've
Obviously
seen many
foxes.
acorns and I've seen many butt plugs. Like, that is not tapered enough. You're just gonna lose it. Hold on. I don't think you guys are as right about this as you think you are.
Google.
Like, I think a lot of you are just
okay,
pervs.
Google. Okay, Google.
This feels a lot more like the drumming, if anything.
Yeah, I think you guys are just perverts more than anything else.
I mean,
someone just asked
obviously.
if it was a metronome.
You could use it as a metronome. It stays consistent. It has been consistent thus far. Like, you were able to like beat it, like taper it out like a meter, like meter it out. not a butt plug. You guys are just perverts. All right,
Are
so
the
go ahead.
spiders attracted to the beat? Because were the spiders the one playing the piano, and are the spiders attracted to the beat?
The piano noises is literally the sound of their spindly, incredibly like
That's the noise the spiders
solid
make.
legs. Yeah, that's them like running around this little globe thing, this resonator. It's not if they go on like the wood, they're just gonna make little like tink 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 like normal noises. But on this thing, everything sounds a little bit musical. But yeah, you guys can like grab one and throw it in there. Upon looking at it, it is. Here, I'll show you one up close. Like, I made too many tokens, guys.
Whoa. That spider is giving me like flashbacks to the spoods from the Legend of Zelda games. Do you know what are they? The spatulas? What are they called? You know what I'm talking about. And you have to like hit them, and then you get. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Oh man.
All I'm saying, if they're anything like Skulltulas, we gotta burn them with fire.
But right now, the little baby ones just have tiny skulls. They don't have like full-on formed skulls.
Okay, so we have one, so now Arel and I can fireball the babies.
Yeah, if you guys want to fireball them for sure, go for it.
I'll play the card really quick. If that goes through. I'll be spending 5 AC on that.
5 AP? Yeah, that makes sense. Like, what does your fireball look like, for the record?
As I pull my staff out, the fireball goes from like a red to a nice golden color, looking similar to a golden apple before being flung off towards the spiders and expanding.
And
Seeing
it just
as
like
the new staff has augmented my spells.
absolutely. And like the fireball consumes the orb. Like the orb is going to be okay because it is made of metal. I'm not sure how the extra dry paperwork right there is going to handle. But yeah, like you just clear it, and like you do hear spiders screaming and popping. Is I can't say it any like I'm not going to go more detailed in it. I'm not going to make it worse than it is, but they are exploding one by one.
Now I fancy popcorn.
It might. I don't know. You guys eat spiders? It might smell okay. I'm not sure. Arel, you do feel some of these spiders' magic though. At the time that all of them are dying, they are crying out, and in you guys' head, you're all hearing. Not Clovis. Clovis is in the other room. He's fine. Descriptions that almost feel ASMR of your worst nightmares being screamed at you in spider language.
Interesting biology.
Great. All 3 of you are cursed now. Spider curses.
Spider curses.
Have you been cursed by the spiders to pay taxes?
It's your worst nightmare paying taxes.
Oh yeah. Paying money to a form of government. Ugh.
You guys can all feel, like you three can all feel you guys know when you have a headache coming on and you can feel it. You're like, it sucks. Like, because I know later I'm gonna hurt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys can feel a nightmare coming on. When you go to bed tonight, you will have a nightmare,
Interesting.
and it's gonna be a rough one.
I don't like that.
Clovis, you have read through your book, or like mostly through it, and this book is written by somebody named Ezekiel. He's an ancient scholar. This book is very, very old, but you are flipping through carefully, I assume. Some of it is diagrams and math that you don't fully understand. I don't think any of the crew would actually fully understand without researching it. And Ezekiel posits that there, in Tirloa, hundreds of years ago, there was a massive spell that went wrong and has brought upon a level of corruption that has taken over the entire side. And he writes like basically glowing reviews about how the folks of Tirloa have magnificently created a system to keep that corruption contained. They have an entire culture about it, and you know this. Like I feel like you're just skipping pages. Like you, this is you, so you know your culture. And it's just like, and then it's just like that. If ever the spell were to weaken and the corruption were to begin to like leak out into the rest of the world, the ecosahedron would be in real danger. Like if that magic were to even corrupt a little bit, and he mentions if it were to corrupt the song of the celestial sea, then we would lose access to the stars and safe travel. And that he has begun, and there are vials in this room, like that he points out, like in my desk I have a vial of the corruption that even spread out this far, it has not lost its potency at all. And that like he has a theory that the corruption can be destroyed, but it's going to take more magic than he has, so he's trying to like figure out all of the different kinds of magical styles all at once. And you notice that his books are like that, many different magical styles. And he's just like, I believe it has something to do with the ley lines. It's just like, if only we could find all of the ley lines, the most powerful points of magic on each side, and reinforce them to be anti-corruptible, then we will be in great shape. Like, and it's just like, so far I've only found. Wait, how many sides do we have? So far I've only found 9 of the ley lines. It's just like I have a detailed map for them. And you do not see the map is not in this book. But what are you other 3 doing? Like in there, are you guys coming into this like reading room, or you guys still studying stuff out there?
I mean,
Either one is fine. I'm good.
Are we like incapacitated because of the screaming nightmares?
Oh no! You're fine. You have a constant surge of dread about going to sleep.
They're gonna happen when we go to bed tonight.
Yeah, as soon as you close your eyes, you will be in, and like you guys can know this. Like you are going to be sleep paralysis and a very vivid nightmare.
Okay. I think I will take that as a chance to record my dreams.
Or like Clovis can walk back in here too if we want everybody in the same screen. Either one is
Sure.
fine.
I mean, if there's nothing else to study in here, then I mean, continue on the treasure hunt?
Yeah, there's tons of stuff like random tools made of like every different kinds of like material. You guys do see like very early maps, like just barely sketches of things that you can tell are the world, just a little early. Iskra, you see a map of the arboreal wilds that it's nowhere near the size that it is today. Like, imagine if it was just like a little grove between Dyad and Yoke, instead of the massive forest that it is. Oh, Obonia's Wields, sorry.
Can I take these maps with me?
Yeah, they're very, very dangerous. Not dangerous, delicate. But yeah, just so you know, these are going to be fragile, and when you roll low, these are the first things that are going to break.
Okay.
That's just me giving you a heads up, that so you're not mad at me if I break them. You'll probably be mad at me if I break them. You can be mad at me if I break them.
Oh, that's fine.
But yeah, on those maps, you see like just some circles and stuff. And Clovis, like coming back into this room looking for a map, you see the table full of maps, and then you see that the table itself looks like a splayed out 20-sided die without with 9 of the sides drawn. Like, it looks very similar to this. And it is written in ridiculous symbols, like a very heavy, very metal table. It incredibly intricate, has magical symbols from all over the place. Part of it looks like the path to you, Clovis. Like, some of it drawn looks like the path that they walk into Loa. And it is connecting, it's supposed to show you like, it's supposed to show you where you like where the ley lines are. At least Clovis knows that part of it. But Clovis, you can't read this. It's just all over the place. This is like a magical shorthand. Like, what if your doctor just scribbled a magical answer?
Nice. Is any of the map interpretable? Can I take notes on any of it?
Oh yeah, give me a 20-sider.
Sure. Nice.
That's 60. Oh no, that's it. No, it doesn't match. That's a 1, everybody.
That is a 1.
Okay. Sorry. This is my bad.
Can I hop in here and take some notes?
I'm very sorry, Rosie, but with that 1, trouble arrives.
Oh no!
You guys feel a breeze from outside, as almost like a helicopter, like a giant helicopter is descending from the sky as it darkens, like the moonlight darkens behind you.
That's not good.
Like, the air blowing in here is blowing the papers all around. The spider webs on the corner are just like in the corner of the room being ripped directly off the window, and you guys can look out into the night sky of the celestial sea. As 1 second, I was not ready for the 1. What a great 1, though. Do I not have it? I don't have it. Where'd it go? Don't you hate it when you have a token and then the token like runs away from you? It's like I had it. It was right here. It felt really good. Looked the part. Felt great. I didn't know how this was gonna. Oh, here we are. Jesus, it took me forever. And Roll20 crashed on me. Anyway, you guys out the window, you see this the storm ship descending from the sky above. And yeah, Ibring, how do you introduce yourself in this situation?
Oh, decisions, right. I think once again the loudspeaker comes on, and it seems like a personal conversation between her and Ode, and she just says, "Oh, Ode, would you look at this? A bunch of riffraff littering our ruins."
And Ode is just like, you guys over the speaker just hear like Ode's gun cocking. He's like, whatever
And
will we do
aren't
with
we
them?
lucky? Couldn't you believe who it is?
So fantastic that they already cleared the way for us, too. I was really worried that the Lockstitch crew weren't going to be useful.
Well, it's the least she can do after the blow she struck.
And it's just like, and he's just like, Iskra, if you don't mind just coming to the window and raising your arm, I think Teal would like to pay you back for something.
You have got to be fucking kidding me.
I'm sorry to interrupt you three, but do we know this old lady?
Unfortunately, I may have brought their ship down recently, rather dramatically, not undeservingly. This may be a problem. And Iskra is just fuming to the point where she cannot control her electricity, and it is just playing in the palms of her hands.
Okay. So what you got is a hater. A hater just rolled up on us.
I mean, you've been able to get stuff in the gold earlier. Turn her ship in the gold. Leave her stranded.
I mean, I've already done that once.
Do it again, it's funnier.
Teal, prepare the countermeasures.
Teal is just like Teal inside the ship flips a couple of things, and you all feel like a wow situation, and then that null metal shield that that we've seen some of the shapers materials use happens around the ship. The ship stays flying while it is now protected from magic with a thing that we are calling the silence. Like nothing can resonate through it.
This is what's protecting the ship now?
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
Whereabouts are our little goons from earlier compared to now?
They're in the next room over, locked in, like eating some candy floss gold. For the record, you are probably being aimed at by a significant number of guns. Not as significant as it used to be because I lost some recently, but it's not nothing.
Can I yell out the window and Ibring would hear me?
Yeah, I think they would hear you just fine.
Okay, so then Iskra would go to the window and yell up to Ibring. Come down here and talk to me face to face.
Do you think I'm stupid, child?
I mean, that is a word you could use. Naive, selfish.
I'm gonna
Also come to
stop you
mind.
right there. I have a counter offer. Prepare the map for me, and I don't blow you to Kingdom Come.
What map?
We were tracking a resonance. We know the map is here.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, then, if you want to do this the hard way, I suppose we'll have to get to business. Prepare the boarding parties!
You just hear clear, like it's about time. As he grabs his stuff to get off, so does Parrish and Alexis. Yep. Okay.
Let's start with a chat like last time, and we'll see where it goes.
This
Very
token's
big
still...
of you.
Now, where is Ibring's token, though? All right, everybody.
I feel so poorly for everyone who's not Iskra in this group right now. They're just like, oh god, what's going on?
Oh, Clovis called you an old lady. I feel less bad about him. I absolutely love it, though. Ah, here we are. All right, so I guess coming down off of her ship, while Teal still has a ton of guns locked on you all, is Ibring and her crew. Clovis, you have done a terrible job copying down this map. It's Greek to you, I think. Like, you, as like trailblazer, as like a wanderer, a hunter like you are, you understand what a map is. It's definitely a map, but like you can't tell if you're like looking at north or south because this map is only tracking magic. Like it doesn't give any landmarks. It's just basically empty except for the most powerful magical spot on each side. But you can't tell which side is which. This is Clear. Clear gets off the ship. He is now carrying. He has his two knives out. They are basically made of glass. You can barely see the blades. It's hymnal glass. So like at all times they are resonating. And so like slowly like very quickly vibrating. So he cuts through basically anything with those and he has them out ready to go. We Are Here has just a tiny little gun out. Alexis here has a greatsword that looks like a lightning bolt, like a cartoon lightning bolt, but it is bigger than she is. And Parrish here, you don't see him carrying any weapons, but he is also walking very confidently. And they are looking at that table. Like they all know what they're here for.
Their ship and their guns, are they big guns or like rifles?
Big guns. Like, how would you describe them, Ibring?
Well, I would say similar to if you're familiar with, let's just say like, 20 to 40 millimeter tank cannons, something like that.
That's not too bad.
We
Okay,
just walked. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna motion to Rosie to go unlock the door to the lice.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Roll me a 20-sided. If you try to do it sneakily, roll me a 20-sided.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, both of you give me a 20-sided. We can. All right, so we got a 9.
Ooh.
Ooh, that 1 though. Is that actually a 1? It is actually a 1. Oh, it's a 6, not a 9.
Yeah.
Good rolls.
Was
We
that
failed
was that a
miserably
1?
at this.
Was that a 1?
Yeah, it is a 1.
Give me just 1 sec.
Oh, I bet you. I think you're gonna get effed in chat by Iskra.
Fucking wood.
I was already holding a 20. I'm holding a 20 and a 1. I just don't need them yet. Yeah, we knew that was going to be an F in chat. All right, I bring. What's Iskra's 1?
Oh, you're gonna make me choose what happens.
Oh, absolutely. Like, so I bring sees this secretive, like this furtive motion. Like, I bring is fully aware that there's something in that other room, and like with a 1 like that, we could even. I don't want to like force ideas, but you could say that you've already eliminated that threat. Like you could say like they go into that room, that open that door, and there's none of those ticks and lice left. You could say their dune buggies are gone. You played an F in chat on a natural 1. You can ruin her day.
Sorry, the mind boggles. I'm just so delighted over here. Hold on.
I bet.
Yeah, hold on. Where's my crew right now?
Yeah, they're all like, except for
Yeah, Teal's on.
Teal. Yeah, Teal's still like guarding and watching all the cannons.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say, go. Oh, you want to go for the door? Be my guest. We won't stop you. Unleash upon us the horrors that await in the next room.
I think Clear with his glass knives is just like spinning his knife, and he just walks the door and opens it for you, and inside you just see like all of the bugs decimated.
Yeah, no, it's like a massacre. There's parts everywhere.
Why are you like this?
Oh, you think that was my handiwork? No, I'm sorry. I can't take credit for that one.
I hate bugs. Also, magic, you.
Now let's talk about the map. You're holding something of great importance to me. If you do not have the intellect or the foresight or the responsibility to be able to utilize it, then I shall take it off your hands.
Why is it important?
These things are for those of us who understand its power to utilize, and not something that I need to teach to the people beneath me.
Beneath you.
If you
Interesting.
must know, this is a guide to the ley lines of this world. It will be useful as far as harnessing the magic and the relics and the entire majesty of my ship.
I don't think you deserve to have any of that information.
I'm gonna cut you a very generous deal just to show you how charitable I am, because if you haven't noticed, I hold all the cards in this situation.
You think you
So-
do. That's your problem.
So you go ahead. You may have a copy of the map, but I will be leaving with another.
What if we destroy it?
Question for Alan.
Yeah, what's up?
How accurately could Iskra describe this map and how quickly?
Next to impossible, and it would take probably a year. Sadly, like hilariously copying this map. This is something the players can know, but I don't think the characters can. Arel might be able to get this information. This map is not something that we could just simply draw. Like, this heavy table is the map. Like, and not like something we could imprint, not like something like you could draw exactly what's there. Iskra, you know that you could draw exactly what's there without a problem. But whether that would be useful, I don't know. Like,
And none
if
of us here are able to like retain this information to be able to repeat it to somebody later.
retaining it perfectly, I don't think. We could try. But this is definitely one of the magical twos. Like, Arel does have the ability to copy magic.
Oh,
I think-
interesting. I can copy magic and store it into a scroll. Would that essentially create a blueprint for this item?
It wouldn't create a blueprint for the. It might. Yeah, you know what? Well, if you want to try to see if you can real quick, well, it's like is just like raises his gun. We need the original boss. It's like, we can't leave with a copy. But I think he just says it very quietly to the storm.
Yeah. When you roll a 20-sider to try and create that scroll?
I would say, yeah, roll me a 20-sider. And Iskra, you can roll me a 20-sider too. That 4 is so funny.
I didn't even roll, I just went 4.
I think this is really funny, and I almost never do this, so here we go. Hey, remember when I was given that 1? Iskra, you are reading this wrong, but you are fully convinced, like, you've got one over on her. You are 1,000% convinced that it's like, oh no, we don't need it. Here's where all the ley lines are. So, Iskra, do me a solid.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to show you this map. If
Okay.
you could, use a little drawing tool to like draw circles.
Okay. Okay.
Circle where you and Arel are 100% convinced the ley lines on each side of this is.
Great. Okay.
Oh,
On
well, you can
each-
help. Yeah, each
each
triangle has one.
And I just want to note, as they're working on this, and like I am just patiently I'm totally fine. I'm calm. I'm letting them do whatever they like with the map.
Absolutely. I think while that's happening, Alexis is just like, walking up to Clovis, like looking him up and down. Like, where do you get your clothes, dear?
My homeland.
Ah, I've never seen one so far away from the path before. What brings you all the way out here?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I slide the book into a drop pouch on my back.
I totally like. I don't think anybody sees you do that because you rolled really well when you were getting information. And she's just like, hmm. And she like looks at the table as Arel and Iskra are like furtively like writing their information down, and they believe they're so right. Okay, so the snake's head's one of them. The gate into the forest is one of them. The pearl? All right, all right. Just straight up Belltown? That's scary. Oh man, you guys are going to be in so much trouble when you start to go to these places and they don't have what you're looking for.
I have a question for you, Alan.
Yeah, go for it.
You mentioned earlier the ship had obviously an aura which stops spells touching it. Does the table have the same luxury? Like the table map thing?
No, but it's definitely strong magic. The table itself is.
I have an idea, that's all.
Now, I bring. If we decline your generous offer, what's your plan?
My plan was to walk up and take it, as was my original intent. But I hope I'm trying to give you the sense that I'm not uncharitable.
That is immediate sense that I got upon meeting you.
I feel like you and I got off on the wrong foot. The wrong hoof.
So you're not selfish and conceited and condescending and manipulative. You're none of those?
Of course not. I'm a steward to my people here, isn't that right, folks?
Yeah, all of them just like, absolutely no one is more gracious, more generous than our dear captain.
I am simply a servant leader.
And they all like move in and it's just like, just simply, we just take that. It's like, you've made your copy, we'll have ours. Well, fair, we don't have to deal with the Shaper's soldiers making their way here and while we're still here. Like you see Parrish like looking at his like a device on his wrist, and then he looks at the storm and nods.
See how much better this can go when we come up with something mutually beneficial like adults instead of just destroying things like children, Iskra?
Destroying things like children. You destroyed an entire city for your benefit. You put people out of homes, you've caused millions of deaths. A good friend of our crew died at your hands.
Okay, excuse me. I've never killed anyone in my siege. There were people nothing but liberated. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Joaquin is dead because of you.
I'm sorry, what?
Joaquin is dead because of you and your selfish actions.
Wait. Let me get this straight. The diplomat? Is that why I haven't had the benefit of talking to somebody level-headed here? What's happened to your diplomat?
He was murdered.
That was not my doing.
What do you mean it wasn't your doing?
It had nothing to do with myself or my crew, you have my word.
Um,
Let me
Rosie, can
tell
you
you
roll me
what,
a...
I...
Go,
Go
go ahead.
ahead, go ahead. Sorry.
I was like, Rosie, can you roll me a 20-sider real quick? So with a 6, Rosie, you have a tough choice. Your tough choice is, you can sneak a lot of these like jars into your bag during this conversation as it's like getting heated. And you'll do that unnoticed. Like you can grab all the jars that I said earlier, and not just counting the acorn that you clearly have in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can look out the window and see vehicles coming from from a distance off.
That is a tough choice. I'm gonna mm,
I with a cat like, do you want to take the category up or do you want to make the hard choice, Rosie?
I'll definitely take the category up.
Okay. So as you're putting those into your backpack, like you look out the window and you see dust in the massive distance. So like behind the storm ship, it coming from the north and the east. No, northwest. Like coming across the desert. And there are dozens of them. I would probably say close to 100 what look like really shittily built dirt bikes. Like, and you can't make out much more than that. And you see Parrish is like, he checks his like wrist again, and he just does the like times ticking motion to everybody.
And Ibring just says out loud, how long do we have?
Minutes, maybe about half an hour tops. They'll be on us, and they've got a lot of null.
I want
Listen, I'll be...
I want to electrocute the device that was it we are had motion to.
Oh, the thing on Parrish's like wrist.
Yes.
All right, give me that roll.
Whatever
like-
you roll, she's taking the hit.
Ibring's taking the hit.
That is correct.
So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Ibring like jumps in the way of it, and you were doing shock to it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Ibring, Iskra like shoots a lance of golden lightning out of her hand, and like it smashes into you. It does not turn flesh into gold as easy as it turns other inanimate objects into gold. Just
I was gonna try to tether it with my longer of my two swords, but something
oh,
similar to that.
for sure. Like if you want one
I
of your
mean, it's
swords to turn
absolutely
gold,
gonna go
I don't know.
straight. No, it's gonna go straight through my body and ground out, or I don't know. Who cares?
Absolutely. Like yeah, like it burns. Like I think the the way that it burns, you know how like you can kind of brush off your like burnt skin and it's all black and like terrible in that spot, or like the burnt edges of it. Like you, your dead skin just looks like gold leaf in those spots. As Iskra fires like through you, and it deals 4 damage to the storm. And Alexis immediately like leaps over Arel and like in the air turns herself upside down and is aiming for Iskra's neck with her great sword in one very quick attack.
Stand down!
Oh, she catches herself on the globe like upside down. Whoop. She stops. Iskra like she's got her sword raised to like take your head off, and like you guys can all see her trembling to like do it.
Put it away, Alexis.
You see her like slowly sheath it, her hands covered in the soot that covers this object now.
I'm going to sweeten the deal, and this is the last offer you're going to get. Before we take your heads and your hearts and the map with it, you're going to get a copy of the map. I will take the original. We will leave in peace. Not a hair on your head will be harmed. And I shall find the one who has killed your Joaquin, and you will have them alive to do with whatever you'd like. Do we have a deal?
The original goes to Peanut. You can have a copy. You can have access to the original. But the original stays with Peanut.
How do I access it?
With a visit. Arranged visitation. The arrangements have to go through myself and Peanut. You don't get to look at it, you don't get to touch it, unless I am there and Peanut is there.
Then I have an arrangement for you on top of that.
Listening.
So she pulls out a case. It's this small wooden box. It's about 12 inches by 6 inches or so, and she opens it up, and you see on the inside of it are these bullets. There's currently 6 of them in there. It looks like it could hold about, I'd say 12. And she pulls a bullet from her pocket. And the casing of it has this etching in it. It's almost like fingerprints. Do you know what these are?
I admit I do not.
These are heart seekers. Every one of my loyal crew has given me one of these to show the trust that they've placed in a promise and a bond that they've given to me. I will ask you to make a similar promise to me today.
The promise being
It's very simple. Prick your finger, pick up the bullet, and hand it back to me.
why?
Once
Because
your
this
blood is in the casing, it will find your heart should I desire to take it. And that will be the price of any malfeasance on your part.
I counter your offer. How
Oh man,
does
we're gonna be here all day out of character.
I have one last counter.
I'm sorry, Iskra. I have something that's actually gonna like really like rain on our parade here. There's absolutely no way the captain would let the storm in the city. Like, we as players know that our captain is one of the pirate queens, and a lot of you have suspicions of it in character of that, and just factually that's true. Like, it's 100% true that and we know it's an open secret about it that the pirate that the captain is the sea devil.
You know what? I think I have something that might, just out of character, Alan. I might have something that would um, help alleviate this situation.
Excellent. Okay.
I think I'm willing to acquiesce to taking a copy, but I don't have. Arel, what is your class that allows you to copy the map potentially, or have a chance to? Okay, no big.
It is basically her default, like it's her special stuff because she's like a librarian
it's not a
of
class. I got it. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
not
I was trying to
and
see if
Teal
I
might
could.
be able to do it.
That's what I'm trying to think. Is I have some ability scrolls, and I was thinking to just basically let a crew member use it and do the same thing, and just hand over the original and be like, very well. But if you think Teal can do it, we could just go for it and see what the dice says.
Oh yeah, we could definitely see what the dice say on that one. So the setup that we are in, everybody, is not too far away from you. There are dozens of pretty, like, granted they're going to be like minion level, but there's a lot of them, and they are all equipped with some really dangerous weapons, and they're coming in for you guys right now to rob what you are robbing right now. Because let's be honest, you treasure hunters are just thieves. So Teal can hop down to like do the copying it, and I think we're gonna learn that this thing is basically bolted to the ground. Not just bolted, but like made as part of this structure. And it all feels magical all the way up and down. And Teal's like comes in here, like side eyes Iskra hard. It's just like very angrily like looking at Iskra. Alexis is also just following Teal's like right behind her, and like the sword that Alexis has on her back is crackling with her own lightning. There's a lot of lightning going on in this room, and I'm worried about it. All right, roll me a 20-sider I bring. What a wild 20 that is. It sure looks like a 2, but I was given a 20.
It's almost like that 0 just popped up out of nowhere.
Right? Just like, whoop. Okay. And now Clovis is going to be right back. So, real quick, Arel, are you here? Are you in the bathroom? Don't want to out you. All right, Iskra, yeah. So Teal comes in. Where are you? Here you are. She's got a prosthetic arm now. She's been through a lot. Rosie, inside your jars, as Teal walks by, you can feel them like clanking together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a 6-pack just all like jingling together.
Yeah.
Like something about Teal is resonating with those bags, and you see her like put her right arm out, which is this big like clunky's like the wrong word for it, but it's somewhere between cyberpunk and steampunk. Like imagine if like Jet from Cowboy Bebop's metal arm was built to look almost like a hot rod kind of thing, like
Okay.
like that kind of stuff. And it has a big slot for a crystal on the back of it. And right now she's got an incredibly clear like diamond put into there. And like she's just studying the magic. And Rosie, you can see it from being like close and like feeling it. Every single one of those facets, the triangular facets, fills up with a world map real quick, and you can see the fact that she just took all of the information from this as one. And she looks back at Ibring and she's like, "Are we destroying this or are we letting him get it?"
I keep my word, they may have it.
It's just like she looks directly at Rosie. This is Teal looking at Rosie, and she's just like, "Oh wait, no." She talks very quietly, only very short words. What does she say? It's like, "Careful." As she walked past, and Parrish walks up, and she's just like, "That thing's real dangerous. Don't let it fall into the wrong hands." Parrish translates for Teal.
I hope this is a lesson to you all on the crew in charity and maturity.
Did I have to make the deal? Did I have to do the heart bullet?
No,
No, of course not, because I didn't.
We weren't going to be able to like. You couldn't have set up in like the storm could not have set up in the silver thimble.
Okay.
I am going to reveal that is a very abnormal situation because those bullets are normally reserved for if you become loyal to my crew. That is why there are 6 of them. Actually, I should say 7. I'd have to count.
So Teal's done, like looks at it and then like looks outside, and you guys see those motorcycles just coming, just fucking flooring it. And Parrish is just like, "They're gonna be here real quick, boss." And Teal like looks at.
Go ahead.
Teal's looking at the back of her right hand, and she's just like, "We've got it. This will no, we just got it."
All right, then our work here is done. Let's make an exit. And tell you what, why don't we clear a path for our new friends here in the spirit of goodwill?
Like a salute from Teal.
Don't think this means that I trust you.
Don't think for a second this means I've forgotten.
Teal does the 2 fingers like pointing directly at her eyes, then pointing directly at Iskra, then just 1 finger points at the arm. At your arm, your right arm. So yeah, you guys take off. Ibring takes to the sky. The help out is going to be in a second for sure. I've got a fun idea for that. But you guys see, I don't know, 8 dozen. What's that? 96. Like motorcycles come flying through the desert at you guys, and they're getting close enough that you see that there are armored pirates on the back of each one of these. Some of them are crabs, some of them are like mole people, multiple fox people, hilariously. They are all armed with, imagine putting a turret like an LMG, like a light machine gun, on a motorcycle, but you connect it to the same thing that where you steer, so you can only fire exactly where you're going.
That's still hot. That sounds like so much fun.
It's like, I'm glad that you think so, because I've got this whole, like, you guys in your dune buggies driving away from a map going on. But we can just chill out here if we want to.
So how many guns do I have left, and how many of those can I absolutely decimate for their a nice little clear path for their exit?
I would definitely say you have enough guns to clear them a path, but not enough. Like, if you were at full maximum capacity, your engines were running perfectly, you didn't have the problem with parking, like, then you would be able to decimate this whole force easily. I think you can take out a quarter of it in a single roll, though.
Yeah, we'll go for that because we're on our way out here. We can't stick around.
All right, give me a 20-sider to clear them a path. Oh,
Good
3.
lord.
So, with a 3, you guys see the group are basically launching rockets. This is, you guys recognize these rockets are basically from the scrapyard technology. Somebody in the scrapyard is trading with the bad guy's a strong word, but the shapers force for technology and such. So you guys are seeing null metal rockets being fired at the storm's ship from below. And Ibring, you got to get out of there. They are much better armed than you thought that they were.
God damn it, I hate this shaper.
He hates you.
You said they're null metal rockets.
They sure are.
Yeah.
They are just straight technology on this one. And like, so it cuts right through Teal's shield and like rocks your guys' ship. Not enough, like, again, that's the size of like a city block. So one explosion's not going to be enough, but like, you guys know to
prevents
get
us
out of
from
there.
actually firing. We're just basically out of there.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. You see. Oh, I think that might be the end for Ibring during this game, as the rest of the team has to make a hasty getaway. Oh,
Well,
sorry.
have fun.
Sorry, Alexis.
Try to help out, but ta-ta for now. Have a good one.
Bye,
Thank you so
bestie.
much.
Doodle pip.
All right. So there are 96 motorcycles armed with machine guns and rocket launchers flying this way to claim everything in here. Like, that is
Well,
what they
guess
are trying to
what?
do.
Well, guess what? Rosie's gonna take her little notebook out of her rucksack and start grabbing as much information, scrolls, whatever the hell she can find, and stick it in her rucksack. And then we're gonna make a hasty getaway, guys. How does that sound? Let's do this.
I have an idea. How close could we get one of our own dune buggies into here?
How close? Go ahead.
Did Ibring destroy our buggies? Like, we don't have them anymore, right?
No, you still
Oh,
have your doom
yeah.
buggies. You
Okay.
just the sand lice were killed.
Fine.
My only suggestion could be that I could jump in with someone else's dune buggy and we just blow mine up once they get into the room.
Okay, so we're laying a trap for them.
Could be fun.
All right, so how are we booby trapping the doom buggy?
Quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
The hidden door to the cave, could it be closed from the other side?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You want to just go undo the button press?
No, not right now.
Okay, yeah, what's the plan here? Okay, never mind, go ahead.
Oh, that's all for me.
We still have to figure out how to get the original map out of here, right? And it's a legit
Yes.
table.
To be completely
Yes.
fair, no, Rosie. I'm sorry, but no. Iskra, you're one. That
I'm
one,
convinced I have the fucking
you
information.
are 100% convinced you have the information. Like, if to you and for you and Arel, because Arel rolled the 4, Arel rolled the 4, and I turned yours into a 1. Like, you two think you've got it. Like, on lock. Where you circled, you are confident.
So then, I mean, if I am that convinced, then I would tell them that we don't need the table, right?
Yeah, you could like, I think that would be your
Or
stance, but I don't want to, like, I hate putting words into your mouth, you guys' mouths, but a 1 in that situation tells me that you believe you are right already.
I mean, if we're in that much danger and we have to GTFO, and I am that confident that I have the information, then yes, Iskra would try to convince the others that we don't need the table.
Absolutely. And
Can
Arel,
we?
was that?
So, I was gonna say, is it possible for us to disassemble the table so they can't have it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh god, this is so much fun. Arel, thank you for asking that. Like, you look at the top of the table and it's not engraved. It does appear to have been written on. So, you have a magic map here that, like, everything you guys have done, like move things around, the scuffing it off, has not erased this thing at all. But you know this is dangerous if it gets in anybody else's hands. How would you destroy this information?
I can sense the magic in this, correct?
Yep, you can sense the magic.
Would I be able to trace back to trace it back to the origin point of where the spell was initially cast on the table?
To find where the person who roll me a 20-sider. If you roll, yeah, roll me a 20-sider real quick. 15
try
is
and
success.
explain. If we can find the original point of the magic, we could just cut it from there so the spell can't spread.
No, this spell on the table is just showing you where ley lines are. So it's just if the Shaper's troops get in here, they will take this and they will know exactly where the ley lines are. Like, exactly where the most magical points on each side is. It's like, it'll take you guys, like, you guys can rip up this table and take it with you, which, again, yeah, I'm pretty good with. Like, if you really want to keep it out of his stuff. But that will probably destroy the table as well. But company will show up before you're done with that. Unless you have a faster way to
Can we not just turn it to gold?
Oh, you want to just straight up turn it to gold?
Yeah, I was going to suggest that, or using like a combination of the lightning and fire to melt it.
They're here for treasure only. We can assume.
They want these guys are after treasure for sure. That's what they want. That's why they're here.
Okay, I have an idea, guys. So what if me and Iskra, using our abilities, turned the dune buggy to solid gold? They would probably just want that, wouldn't they?
No. Oh, sorry. Treasure for them is not. It's not that. This map is treasure for them. Like, they want everything. They are after
Oh, we
all
turn
the
this to solid
knowledge.
gold. They are not going to be able to get this. They cannot remove it because that is going to be heavy.
Yeah, they're all rich already. Like, the Shaper is very wealthy. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want, just Iskra and Arel, roll me a 20-sider each as you like turn this into like useless gold. That was a 19 from Iskra, even though it looked like a 6, but it was a 5. But no, absolutely. I think, yeah, you guys just turn it straight to like a just gold table with a 19. A 19 is a perfectly good roll to just be able to hop in you guys' doom buggies and get out of here now. Clovis, did you grab the vials of corruption?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
I mean, it's up to you. Like, it's not like you've never seen it before. You've been up close and personal to it a bunch.
Is it any different from the corruption?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. I think that is the point of it. That
Okay, I'll just leave it then. No need.
Okay. All right, everybody. Let's hop in our doom buggies and give me some stunts.
Oh, hell yeah. I've been waiting for this.
Me too. Ever since you guys
Sorry,
said
are
you
we-
were doing buggies.
Are we fighting these guys?
They are like, you guys can hop in your doom buggies, get out of here. Like, you've left no maps. Rosie said that she was writing notes as fast as she could. Rosie, please roll me a 20-sider.
You got it.
This is for Rosie's note collecting.
Yeah, y'all better cross your little fingers over there in the chat. Not
Okay.
good, guys. It's not looking good, buddy. I'm so sorry.
We have so much wrong information.
All right. Caustic is wants this to be a 20. Do you want this to be a 20 or do you want this to be a 2?
I'm
sorry, what
you know, I don't know. I like letting things lie as they are, but you know, we'll do a 20 because I don't want Caustic to pass on from a conniption.
Okay. All right. So what were you taking notes on while this was happening? Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, of course. So I've got like this little pad of parchment that I keep in my little rucksack, and I've got like a couple little, if you guys didn't know, I like to draw in my spare time. I'm kind of like a little artist, if you didn't know, a little foxy artist. Not really. It's mostly cartoons, but I like to think that I am. And I have like charcoal and stuff. So I'm like, you know, just like doing some transfer, you know, with my charcoal, like stuff around, and like scribbling down a couple notes in my little pad of paper. Anything I can really get my hands on, or you know.
Okay, Rosie. In this time, you didn't have a ton of time. You can find an entire book on flora and fauna of the celestial sea. Like, it's just like, it's really detailed, it's really beautifully written. It fully explains a creature known as the celestial spider. And it's just like, as you're like flipping through, the celestial spider like hangs false moons in the sky. And like, what those moons are, as they fill up, are just egg sacs. And like, people like get hypnotized by them, and like, you go out and like stare at the moon, and like, all of these thousands of little baby spiders will come down from the moon, and they land in people's mouths. And then give you nightmares. And that's how they grow.
Okay. I don't like that, but thank you. I like the information. I like having that information.
Oh, there is
I like knowing that this is out in the world and that we need to prevent this from happening.
Just so you know, with a 20, it does say, if you are experiencing a sense of dread, the fear of having a nightmare with no cause, like you are showing the beginning symptoms.
Got a really bad feeling about this, guys.
No, none of you are like worried about nightmares or anything, right?
I mean, I am.
I'm sorry, what's the
Just a
question?
little.
Repeat the question.
Are you concerned about having a nightmare? If Rosie found a book that says that the spiders grow by people having nightmares. If your character is concerned about having a nightmare tonight, then you are showing the beginning symptoms of having a parasitic dream little spider inside of you somewhere.
I thought
I
that
thought
we
we
were
were all
earlier.
feeling
I thought that we were all feeling dread.
Oh, you are. You are.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have a
you said
spider
we were.
inside me.
Got bad news. There's also a skeleton in
Rosie
there.
is freaking the frick out, guys. Rosie is freaking out.
I was already planning on studying my dream tonight. It'll be interesting to see.
Excellent.
Clovis, I need you to take your hand and reach down my throat and grab the arachnid out of my stomach.
No, thank you.
You said it was in the stomach.
Someone please get it out of me.
Oh man, where do they go on the inside of you?
If it was in your stomach, then your acid would just kill it.
See, I'm picturing it climbs up your sinuses.
Yeah, I would imagine it's in our brain if it's causing nightmares.
It's an earwig spider.
Cool.
Oh yeah,
Well-
what if they don't get in your mouth? They crawl in your ears.
Can I interject of where I thought the spider was gonna be?
What's that?
I thought the spider would be like just above the nape of your neck, above your spine. So it would feel like it would have a lot of space there, and it would have an easy way to get out.
Yeah, and we can put them there for sure. Like that's where they settle
like,
in.
Buried like a botfly.
Oh, like
Yeah,
because we said
buried in the
sleep
bottom of your
paralysis.
skull.
You're just making it worse and worse and worse. and
None of you fall
worse.
asleep driving, please. That'll be the worst.
Meanwhile, you guys need a spider ward like me.
But like, these I think in the book, like as Rosie's like flipping through the book, like in her dread, these are not forcing a dream reality on you. They are literally just eating the sense of fear from you. They are not making a reality and a nightmare come true. They are just making you hallucinate like scary things, and then they drink that flavor of AP basically. They want to drink fear magic.
Mm.
But then they get big. And when they get really big, they begin planting their own moons in the sky.
What happens if they get big inside us?
Further testing to be done. It's just like I have placed them in many creatures. Like it doesn't seem to have much effect on. It doesn't have any effect on insects. Doesn't seem to have any effect on. It's like on a lot of monsters. He says like fish don't appear to have bad dreams. It's like can't tell when they're sleeping. And then it's just like into more sentient creature studies of that have been fed the spider over the years. It's just like humans incredibly effective. Then yeah, like the folks of Tier Loa, they dream incredibly vividly, and therefore the spiders grow gigantic. Couple of them notes say couple of them are loose in Tier Loa, maybe to this day. And those ones must have gotten huge.
Awesome.
Just like the biggest spiders.
Great to
hear. That's real fun. So if we're in Tier Loa at any point and we see like spiderweb moons hanging around anywhere, run. But yeah, you guys hear all the motorcycles like right outside. This book has a lot of other creatures too, but that's just the first page. The celestial spider. So yeah, you got notes. Oh, this book was written by Ezekiel. And so was the one that Clovis has. And so let's get to the stunts, people. Okay, you guys don't have to make any rolls. The stunt cards was already played. You're all gonna get a 20 on
Sorry.
whatever you're doing. Oh, go ahead.
Don't mean to rewind.
No, you're fine.
But
Go ahead. Rewind me.
I had a character question. Is this like near the end of the game? Would
Yeah,
it
this is gonna be real close to the end. Yeah. So if you want to search for anything else in here, you can do it. It just will cost you a little bit of time.
Would it be all good if Clovis ditches the party for his own investigations?
Oh, for sure.
Is the situation looking a little too hairy for that?
If your plan is to go into the tunnel,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, absolutely.
I mean, like, not like in the game, but like.
Oh no, I get you.
Like since Arel left her buggy, she's leaving the back of someone else's at this because I gotta be right back.
Oh, I mean that makes sense. If Clovis wants to go into the tunnel, Arel can use Clovis's vehicle, and you guys don't leave anything behind, basically.
All right. I'm gonna, before we mount up, I'm gonna flag down the others and give them the book and a note inside. Make sure you guys get this to a Commander Oberstein, and then I'm gonna grab a Rux out of my car, and then destroy the contraption for the door and seal myself into the cave. And peace out.
That is so good. Like I know that you guys aren't privy to all of like the weird fun backstories that me and Nika like coming up with, but that is so good. So good. Yeah, Clovis, roll me 2d20, and this is gonna be so I know how to set up like a one-on-one RP situation with you in the Discord coming up. Okay, so it's not an easy time down here for Clovis. That was just basically me asking what the level of difficulty was gonna be. Clovis is gonna get a little hurt down here.
He's got this. I want to clarify the note in the book was to was like summarizing what I was doing.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Okay, so Iskra, Arel, and Rosie, you are being chased by 96 guys on motorcycles with rocket launchers and machine guns. You are in dune buggies.
Oh yeah.
Like flying through the sand, and you're gonna get away. And not only are you gonna get away, but you're gonna destroy a bunch of them while you're doing it.
Well, I mean, look at the size of our monster dune buggies and look at the size of their little puny motorcycles.
Family.
I say we just like make a line and we crush these biatches.
I want to shoot ice out the back window, so they have to drive their motorcycles on a sheet of ice.
How uniform are they, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it's very like kind of ununiform. They're not like trained soldiers. They're all like pirates, and like you can definitely tell that it's new for some of them. Like you see, with the second they hit the ice, not a single one of them knows what the hell to do about it.
Okay.
But like
if
the
you were to
problem
knock
is,
one cycle over, how many would it hit?
It would probably take out a good number of them. I do still want you guys to have to get away, because no matter how many you destroy, that always just seems to be too many. Like, that is the scene I'm trying to set, like the really fun, like really good chase to get away scene. But you guys can destroy a bunch of them, like the Blues Travelers with the cops chasing them kind of scene, except for dune buggies and dirt bikes.
Are the motorcycles also made out of null metal, or is it just their rocket launchers?
A lot of their, it is definitely made with some. No, yeah, they'd be making it out of null metal, wouldn't they? Yep, the not full null metal, like a composite situation, like an alloy, so that like you can hurt their vehicles with magic. It's just not as effective, you know.
If we were to transmute one of their vehicles into gold, how would that react with the new null metal?
I think you would turn. It would be patchy.
Interesting. I'll just focus on driving for now.
Yeah, just, like you're gonna get. Are you just like putting the pedal to the metal situation, like just giving it the gas? You're in this one.
I'm pushing this as hard as I can go.
Just fucking flying through it, like they're slipping and sliding around on the ice Iskra put down. Rosie, there are some pretty large sand dunes in front of you, and you're getting some sick ass air. What's Rosie doing?
Rosie is definitely just like you said, getting some sick ass air, and like I'm just like jumping over these guys. Like there's nothing to it. It's like butter slicing, or it's a hot knife for slicing through butter. I'm just like slicing through the air so quick. Like they got nothing on me. I'm just like, I don't know, a pterodactyl, and I'm just like flying through the air. I don't really have any sick stunts to do though, because like I'm in a giant
Yeah, you're
fat
like a car.
Yeah, but like I'm definitely getting some air. I'll honk the horn a couple times though too. I got like one of those ones that does like the do 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 do.
Absolutely, just like everybody's just cooking. So yeah, you guys like fly right back to you guys make it to the silver thimble, and it's just like a mass of just wrecked motorcycles, and like to your right, like to the north, I mean, Arel, like you hear it. You hear like the ground shaking, like you feel it shaking as there is a stampede coming. Of just hundreds and hundreds of centipedes. Domesticated ones, but they got spooked. Like rushing through and just like taking out a lot of these bikers on their way, just like not like eating them, not attacking them that way, just running them over. These centipedes are anywhere from the size of a hippo to the size of a bus, in case we're curious about their sizes.
Bug puppies. All right.
And then, yeah, from far away, they do look like hot dogs, but closer up, they look kind of like what if a centipede was a horse. And it scares me. Here's the original image of them that I was trying to get to work, but it didn't work. Like they're kind of like that up close.
Mm.
And that it's a goddamn nightmare.
I hate it.
I'm sorry. If you drink milk in this world, you're drinking those things milk. By the way, it's the only thing we've established that can be milked in this world.
Yeah.
I'm not
Good
happy
thing
about
I
it
don't
either.
like milk.
It's like it wasn't my plan. All right, so you guys make it back to the silver thimble, and like, 1 second. You guys make it back to the silver thimble, and Peanut's just like waiting for you there. She's like, "What'd we find out? You get anything good out of it?"
Go ahead and
Uh,
circle all of those points on the map in front of Peanut.
Peanut's like looks down and it's just like, areas of interest, huh? Who do we know that's interested in it? Do we know what they do?
They're supposed to be the most magical points in each piece of the map. Ibring and her crew showed up wanting the same information. They have a copy of this.
Can't really trust a lot when the pirate queens are involved. And then he's like, he's just like, okay, everybody make it. Where'd Clovis get off to?
He sent this book. There's a note in there for you.
He takes it and he like looks through it. He's just like, those caves are getting very dangerous. He believes it connects all the way up to Plumbob. It might have something to do with. No, that seems silly. Thank you all for finding this information. I guarantee it'll be useful to us. If this is the most magical location in each side, then the Shaper will also be looking for this information. Let's keep it to ourselves. I have reason to believe that the Shaper and other members of factions that are working against us out there have tapped our communications devices. So, we're going to keep everything spoken word for now. Normal mission stuff over comms, but nothing on this kind of level. I have a very strong concern that if the Shaper knows we have this information, he's going to be looking for this information.
And we can't forget that Ibring already has it.
He's chasing Ibring already. If he brings her down, he'll get the information just as easily as if he gets it from us. He's like, don't worry, Simmons said that he's made great progress in making friends. They even gave him a gun.
Next time we see Ivern, would it not be worthwhile putting a tracking device on her so that we know if she's going for these?
You want to try to sneak a tracking device on Ibring?
If anyone could do it,
Brave.
it'd most likely be Iskra.
It's like, she already hates Iskra.
Yeah, I don't know if I could arrange a meeting, but I'd try.
Yeah. Well, she hates Iskra. She seems to talk to Iskra the most out of everyone.
I don't know how much that's out of actual wanting to talk to. My tolerance of Ibring is very low, and I don't enjoy being talked to the way that they talk to me, and I will put them in their place. But it might be worth arranging a sit down, even with ulterior motives.
It's just
We
like
could possibly even use this to sway Ivern into going against, well, the favor. Since the enemy of my enemy is my ally or something. Whatever that term is. Negotiate, that's all my best suit.
It's not a bad idea.
Peanut's just like, we'll set the meeting up at some point. Neutral place. It's like, they seem to be fine and consonant. So we can set them up there. Well, we can attempt to get a meeting there. We'll have to talk to Elizabeth. She's been harder and harder to reach lately, though.
If a meeting is arranged, I will go.
Excellent, then. So we'll get that scheduled in. I hope Clovis is okay. I think it will cut. Oh wait, sorry. Before we cut there, Rosie, are you gonna give Peanut your book, or are you just gonna keep the book for yourself? Either one's fine.
Yeah, Peanut can have Peanut can have stuff out of the book.
Peanut looks through it and he's just like, Whew. I'm glad you guys didn't come into any didn't get in any problems with these spiders. They sound nasty. Flips through the page. And it's just like, I don't think this needs to be kept secret. Here you are, Rosie. If you can study it on your own or turn it into the Luminarians.
Thank you.
It's like, no, thank you. You all did great.
Thank you.
Keeping a little bit of
Thank you.
information out of the Shaper's hands seems to be the smart move right now. Go ahead. Peanut nods. Along with it, just like, excellent, excellent. I just hope Clovis is doing okay. And then we cut to Clovis. There is some nasty monster down here, Clovis. You are fighting it. You are gonna get. You're about to beat it. But there's like gonna be a dozen more. What's it look like? What's down here?
Would it be influenced by the corruption?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And would it be like native to the deserts?
Yeah, like native to the deserts, I would say makes sense. We've seen cactus monsters, we've seen centipede monsters, we've seen dust devils, and the spirit of breaking things has been here.
Probably like a centipede with a carapace, like a up armored centipede.
Okay.
And it just chews through rocks.
Oh, that's sick. It's just like it's making more tunnels.
Yes.
That works very well for me. And yeah, I think that is the end of today's episode.
Awesome.
Everybody returned. Well, Clovis is still like underneath bone meal, learning about quickly growing roots and giant mining centipedes. Clovis is probably fine. All right, real quick, I will do a recap for today's game. So we found. Oh, sorry. We detected a signal that was uncovered after a very long time. We found the old laboratory of Ezekiel, a scientist, a echo-trotting scientist that had made it his life hundreds of years ago to study the magic of the world. And he learned about a corruption spreading. He was clearly studying that. He mapped out all the ley lines around the world, and he was studying the resonance with the resonator. It was full of spiders. That Arel and Iskra like burnt into. Oh, Arel did it. Burn it into hell. Burn all of them into hell, except for three. Three got away. Three of you are gonna have really bad nightmares tonight. I'm pretty sure you'll be fine about that. Then you guys found a map to the ley lines, and just as you found it, Ibring showed up, and she wanted the map to the ley lines. After a long negotiating thing, we made 2 copies. One of them is accurate. That one's the one that Ibring has, and one of them is very inaccurate. That is the one that the crew has. And then we turned the map into just a golden table. Clovis found a book about his people, put a note in it to Peanut, handed it off, and then made his way into a massive tunnel with mechanical roots growing out of the side as he is searching through. And then you guys made it back on 3 doom buggies while murdering a bunch of soldiers and then watching them get run over by a stampede.
Hell yeah.
We've got a kill count in all of these games now. No, actually, I don't think so.
yeah.
I think Saturday we didn't kill anybody, sadly. But yeah, we know, and Clovis ran into really digging centipedes instead of like the ones that are like domesticated above that just kind of like graze and get milked. And yeah, also yeah, the Ibring learned that they are very well equipped with null metal rocket launchers and guns. They got a lot of stuff going on right now. And with that, I think I'm done. Anything else, Nika?
Not that I can think of. So we're gonna hack off here. The next game is on Friday with our main character, Energy People, and I believe it starts at 6 p.m. And it just sounds like somebody dropped a bowling ball above me. Yeah. That's it. Good game. Bye forever.
Bye.
Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Doodle. Doodle to everyone.
Bye.
Perfect.
In the celestial sea where stars align, Lockstitch will go where wonder lies. Its specialist crew a beacon of light for work to unravel secrets entwined. Lore with her care and lust for life, turning the cogs in her curious mind. Scales that tell stories of times long past. Deep in the echo, her interest is cast. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Sail on a siren with feathers adorned, seeks to maintain her graceful form. A voice that weaves tales across the sky, relaying the dreams that never die. Renick the brain with numbers and might, 4 arms, 4 eyes in the cosmic night. Stoic and with numerical grace, in Lockstitch's crew he has found his place. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. master, the skillful pair. Always the team with starry hair, with a bond so strong.